We are here in sunny Perthshire at Morris Leslie Auctions to preview their stock before their upcoming auction on the 17th of May this year. And if these two are anything to go by, there should be some pretty exciting stuff in store. So without any further ado, let's take a look around and see what we can find. You didn't think I was just going to walk straight past these two, did you? Well, let's start over here, shall we? This is a 1979 MG Midget rubber bumper, and this is arguably one of the most immaculately kept MG Midgets I've ever seen. It looks like it's almost been machine polished, believed to be in almost original condition, and this one is very, very nice indeed. It's guided at £2,750 to £3,500, so in a condition like this, that's a right bargain, so keep your eye on this. Moving over this way a little bit, we have a LANCIA 2000, also believed to be mostly original condition. Also absolutely gorgeous. This blue paint, while not the cleanest right now, I'm sure it'll be nicely polished up in time for the sale. It is absolutely lovely, but it is a little pretty penny more expensive than that MG was. This one is guided at £15,500 to £16,750, but Italian style. I mean, look at it. Where could you possibly go wrong? Let's take a look through here into the next warehouse and see what we can actually find, shall we? Right, now that we're actually inside, let's take you for a little walk down this row of cars, starting here with this VAUXHALL WYVERN. This one, a bit of a taxi spec. There's the little sign on top. I don't actually know how period that is. It may have been added at a later date, but it's with it for better or for worse. This one is guided at £8,000 to £9,000, and it looks in remarkably good shape. Now, if we move just a little bit further back here, we have got this lovely Mercedes R129 320. Go and check out our twin test. We did R129 versus R230, Phil and I did. But this one is lovely indeed. This is an ex-dealer car, specialist dealer no less, guided at £4,000 to £5,000, which is a nice thing because it comes with the bonus of having the factory hardtop included in the sale. So have a go. Moving a little bit further back here, we have this lovely Morris Oxford. This one guided at £3,250 to £4,000. It looks in lovely spec. The interior on this is absolutely gorgeous. We've got some gold slash probably brass inlay in the dashboard that really sets it off with the colour match dash. It's a very nice thing indeed. Not necessarily my speed, but I'm sure one of you will be all over this. So by all means, take a look. Moving even further back in here, we've got this lovely burgundy Series 1 E-Type. This one being the 3.8 litre. It's in lovely original condition. This paint could probably use a little bit of refreshing, but it really depends on the look you're going for. To be honest, a lot of people just lacquer over this and keep it as original as they could, and I'm probably in that number. Either way, lovely red over tannin slash beige interior, and it's a very lovely thing indeed. Manual too, no less. Even further back over here, we have got this lovely DC5 INTEGRA Type R. This one is a Japanese import, and it's about as Japanese an import as you can get. I've been told that this even has the toll card voice that comes on and wishes you a safe and relaxing drive in Japanese. It probably also has the reverse chime to warn people that you're coming. But in any case, this thing's absolutely lovely. White on white wheels, the exact spec you want with the red interior. The driver's seat could use a little bit of work, but these seats look very nice indeed. That passenger one, completely untouched, and the floor mats are intact. So definitely one to keep your eye on, and definitely worth the £11,750 to £13,000 guide price. Last but not least, in this corner at least, we've got this lovely Subaru Turbo 2000. This one's got some STI bits on it, so it's not necessarily the most original. It's also got some aftermarket wheels. And the guide price isn't too bad either. We're looking at £6,750 to £7,500. Could it be yours? Well, that's very much up to you. Let's head back this way and see what else we can find on our way. Before we head back out into the main hall, I thought it worth mentioning this and a couple other bits. This belongs to one Mr. Leslie, believe it or not, and it's not actually in the auction, but it's a lovely ELAN 2+2, seen here in this immaculate orange paint. Offers invited in the region of £15,000. So what do you think? Let's go back a little bit to the stuff that actually is in the sale though, starting with this. Now I know this is a bit of Jeff right here, and it is absolutely gorgeous. This is a Fiesta Supersport. It is fully restored, has as low as 4,100 miles on the clock, and that interior, it speaks volumes. It's got this lovely tartan pattern on the original Recaros, complete down to the RS 4-spokes. Cannot go wrong. This one is guided at 15 to 16 and a half thousand pounds, but I think it's, to be honest, worth every penny for a car as cool as this one and in as good a condition as this is. Moving further back, we've got a slightly newer fast forward for you. This Mark 1 RS. We've got the 2-litre turbo in the front. We've got the big old Brembo brakes with those OZ wheels. Colin McRae, eat your heart out. And this one is almost completely original too, all the way down to those lovely blue striped black leather seats. What a lovely thing indeed. Also guided pretty high at 15.5 to 16,250 pounds. So keep an eye on it. Over here, we've got Joe Corner, if you will. First things first, R107SL with factory hardtop. This one is relatively low mileage actually at 76,000 miles, guided at 14,250 to 15,500 pounds. Though if you think that's low mileage, this is something else. Try 35,000 miles. This one here guided at 9.5 to 10,750 pounds in this gold paint over a black interior. It is left-hand drive, so you have to be able to budget for that. I would definitely have it left-hand or right-hand drive. Next aside though, let's have a look over here because we have a lovely little, and I mean little, TRIUMPH Spitfire. You probably couldn't even see it behind that Ford over there. But this thing is lovely in red. It's guided rather cheap actually, 3,750 to 4,500 pounds. I know from experience that the GT6 is a lot of fun, and what better way to improve it than with the wind in your hair. I don't know if I'd get in this with the roof on though, but you might, so have a look. And over here, something a little larger, but surprisingly lightweight. In fact, this is a lightweight Land Rover Series 3 for the proper off-road nuts. This one should be kept exactly as is with this lovely patchwork paintwork. And we've got the 3 abreast seating in the front, so it really is original Landy spec, and it is lovely. We've got a lovely little run of cars here, and we're starting over here with this 190 SL, or rather 190S shell, if you will, because there's no engine in this, there's no interior. It is going to be in need of a complete and full restoration, but it's about as cheap as you're going to be able to find one of these, though it's still not exactly cheap relative to everything else in here. 9.5 to 10,750 pounds. There's a lot of work to be done, but for somebody, this is going to be the perfect opportunity. Over here, a perfect opportunity come and gone, because this one has already been fully restored and it hasn't been driven very much since. As a matter of fact, I can run my finger along the side of the engine and give it a little taste because it is completely spotless in there. This one is guided at 4,750 to 5,500 pounds, and that resto was only done between the years of 2020 and 2022, so it's still pretty box fresh. Now, speaking of box fresh, this is what I would be walking away with if I were here to be buying something, because this right here is a Lotus Elan Sprint, also been fully restored. The last owner of this had it for 40 years straight. It's been completely stripped down. It's got a race-tuned engine. It is absolutely immaculate and gorgeous. Having driven an S4, they're an absolute joy, and I can only imagine what a laugh this would be on the road. Guided here at a relatively cheap 25 to 27,500 pounds. It could be yours, so you better turn up if you want it. Over here on my right is a Volvo Amazon, this one being an original right-hand drive coupe, though it has been restored a little. We've got this gorgeous dark green metallic paint. This one was owned by a Cosworth race engineer, and he did all of his own work on it, including putting a race-tuned engine pumping out 150 horsepower in the front of it. It's absolutely brilliant, and it's of course green over tan, as all great green cars should be. This one will set you back a cool 7.5 to 8,250 pounds, but it only has an unwarranted 28,000 miles on the clock. One for me. This is perhaps the coolest spec of any car that's in this auction. This is a lovely blue silver, and on the inside, purple leather. It's a bit of a Prince spec. if you will. I would absolutely have it. This 968 is the convertible, and this hood was also purple at one point, believe it or not. I reckon you could probably get that colour back out of it with a little bit of an intense wash. Guided here at £8,000 to £10,000. It's got 19 stamps in the service book, the last of which was done at just under 87,000 miles, and it's on 87,500 miles, so you can be sure that it's pretty well sorted. Coming forward just a little bit more, we've got this lovely little Guards Red 924S. Excellent spec. I can see there's a little Tina Turner cassette sitting in the passenger seat, along with a Garmin nav system. I'm not sure if that comes with the car, but it is a lovely thing to behold. 93,000 miles on the clock, but it does not look it at all. The panels line up wonderfully. Even the script on the side is still mostly intact. And this one is an absolute bargain at £4,000 to £5,000. However, here on my left, we have a TWR XJS. Granted, this is the smaller 3.6 litre engine, but it is absolutely lovely. And it's not necessarily the car for me. And yes, it is on the wrong wheels, but that is okay, because inside, you may remember that XJSCs didn't actually come with a back seat, but TWR made up a bespoke one just for this. Why you'd go through all that effort when you still can't fit an actual human being in the back, I may never know, but it is a nice thing to have. And so is that wing and this lovely red pinstripe along the side. Coming forwards just a little bit further, again here on the left, Mark 1 Escort 1300 GT. Now the GT had some of the sporty specs, but also retained the lovely luxurious XL interior. Pretty tough to go wrong. These are always good money, and this one in particular is guided at £10,500 to £12,500. So keep your eye on it, because that's relatively cheap for a Mark 1 these days, unfortunately. If I come around here, we have something really quite special and quite hard to come by these days, because this is a Cavalier SR, not an SRI. This is a very short production run of cars that were made for this spec, and it's an absolute survivor, guided here at £8,750 to £9,500. Everything is remarkably straight. It's got this lovely jade green paint over what looks to be a gorgeous cloth tan interior. Now, finally, over here, we've got a couple of bits. This here, Bentley MULSANNE Speed. It's the last of the 6 3/4 V8 cars, and this one really is something special. Guided here at £50,000 to £53,000, which is actually relatively cheap for something that must have cost in excess of £300,000 when it was brand new. Pretty tough to go wrong. Let's perhaps head outside and see what else is hiding, shall we? So here we are outside, and we have found a nice little lineup to show you. Let's start here with X308. You know what that means, V8. And this one is a Sport. It's a lovely little thing here in dark blue. The interior in beige is very tidy indeed. This one guided at £4,750 to £5,500. So a right bargain if you're looking to get into a lovely V8 British barge. Moving over this way, we've got another Spitfire, but this one is a Mark IV. Slightly worse for wear than the red item inside, but it's definitely fit for a project. The bodywork looks remarkably tidy, even if the hood really has seen better days. It's a lovely thing, but prepare to be doing some work, especially on the interior. Coming over this way is something that needs decidedly less work. Granted, it may need a rear tyre, and those are actually not very cheap because there's only one type and it's an Avon item, but if you can get that sorted, this is otherwise immaculate. Extremely low mileage here, 20,800, and that is warranted as well. This passenger seat looks like it's never even been sat in. Couple that with the excellent and hard to come by spec of this lovely teal blue over a tan interior, and it's pretty tough to go wrong. Guided here at £17,000 to £18,000, you can really start to understand why. Coming just back here a little bit further, we have the final car of our preview today. This absolutely gorgeous blue-green R107 SL. The interior has been reupholstered, and you can tell because there has been a slight bit of a mistake. The backs don't match the bottoms, so there's a slight issue there, but if that doesn't bother you, then this is otherwise an absolutely gorgeous car. The paint is almost immaculate. Inside, aside from those seats, looks excellent, and you will be paying for it because this one is guided at £13,750 to £15,000. Not too bad for an R107, but this is a spec that you're unlikely to see anywhere else. But that about brings us to the end of our little tour around Morris Leslie today. Don't forget, the auction is happening on the 17th of May. You can bid in person, over the phone, or online. So come along down or go and have a look at the extensive pictures they have on their website. Either way, this is a sale to remember, if you ask me. So with that, we'll be seeing you very soon indeed. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.